Hey, thought I'd pop in and say hi, and I'm still alive and I haven't hurt myself anymore. September was a month of clumsiness for me. I ended up slamming my hand in the car door, my left hand, so it's not the hand I draw with. And they said no broken bones, but there's something here that's out of place. There's a bump down here. And they said it was so swollen at the time. There could be shit that was missed. But I've never went back to the doctor, and it's getting mobility back, so I just keep working it. Yay. And then I was cleaning the tub, and I was leaning over. I was at the front of the tub where the faucet is, and apparently I burnt myself too, and I have no recollection of this. But I was holding myself up with this hand that I had recently crushed, as I was leaning over cleaning with this hand, and this hand gave way, and I just landed into the faucet, like right here. And there's this tiny little bump there. That's the only part that hurts now, but it's getting better every day. I massage it a little bit. I don't know if it's like a tiny little clump of blood. I don't know, a hematoma or whatever. I don't know, but you know, you can see the bruising. It was bad. So it's getting better. But otherwise, since then, no major accidents. Yay. And like I said, apparently I burnt myself, but that's nothing new and different. But yeah, I've been I've been back to digging into my psyche on some level. I'm trying to understand why I'm so triggered by noise and why I'm triggered by my mom. I can pretty much keep a calm demeanor about things for the most part, and feel calm and feel peaceful, and my light died. I'm not surprised because I hadn't really charged it. Put me off. Let's see if I can get a little white light from the window. Yeah, let's pull this over. I'm sorry. Alright. Oh, that's better. Sunlight. It just didn't seem like there was that much sun out there, but apparently there is. Me and my hair. No, I'll be calm. I'll be in a good mood. Be having a good day, and certain noises will happen, especially bumps. I can't. I should probably, because I'm not using my microphone for this. I'm not being fancy about nothing right now, so I turned my fan off so you don't have the fan noises. yeah, the thumping noises drive me nuts. I do, on some level, understand why that causes me anxiety. I have been in 3 big relationships where they had seizures. Now, my child's father is epileptic. I never saw him have a seizure. He did have 1 or 2 or maybe 5 while we were together, but I wasn't present. He wasn't here. One time he was driving. But I never witnessed any of his seizures. Of course, my child is epileptic as well, taking after his dad. Then I was in a relationship with a man for about 2.5 years where he had constant seizures, and they weren't just grand mal seizures. They were, you think I would know all the names of these seizures, but I have forgotten. He would have small, tiny seizures where he would just take in a breath. Just this rain. It was like a tick. It is what he would do. But he's had several grand mal seizures, but those little ones were daily, multiple times a day. So I was constantly listening to make sure he was okay. And then the last relationship I was in, one of the questions before we got in a relationship was, "You don't have seizures, do you?" "No, never had a seizure before in my life." And when we met, he was 29, and in his 30s when we finally got together. But his first grand mal seizure, he was 36, I believe. And then constant. I thought it was, he also had the small ones where they make smacking noises with their lips. And their eyes go bloodshot. They're just not here. They're constant. They're constant. They were fucking constant. He had so many seizures. So many seizures. So many fucking seizures. And I lived with that for how many years is that? He moved out in, we'll just go to the end of 2020, so 12 years. 12 years. So I know thumps, to me, I constantly worry that something is wrong. It's a trauma response I'm going through. I don't know how to let go of it. I feel like I'm in constant fear. And I don't know how to let it go. I don't know how to let it go. I mean, I don't know how to let it go. And then with my mom, I don't know why she triggers me. Because I felt like I have addressed all the issues I've had from childhood, where I felt like she was the perfect parent. And then when my dad died, I lost my mom too. My perfect mother went away. I felt like she abandoned me in a lot of ways. I wasn't good enough for her. I was an embarrassment because I ended up a pregnant teenager. I was a disappointment. I was too much for her to handle. She didn't know what to do with me. I was just a burden. You know, I've dealt with that over and over and over again. I mean, I refill it. I've cried about it. I've even talked to her about it. you know, I totally recognize she lost her husband. She was going through her own personal hell. She is a human being. She's not perfect. You know, I know all this stuff. And I felt like I've dealt with it and accept it, yet she still drives me mad. I don't know. If anybody can trigger me right now, it is my mom. I mean, I get so fucking, I mean, all the fucks come out of me with my mom. I am not kidding. I keep touching that. I am so just totally chill, and then I interact with my mom, and I'm like, I mean, bitch, Stephanie comes out. I am an asshole. I am an absolute fucking asshole. I am like, Mom, well, how many times, woman? I don't know how many times I call her woman. And then it's horrible. You shouldn't talk to your mother this way. You just shouldn't. You shouldn't. I hate my behavior. I hate my behavior when I'm with her. I just totally lose it. And I'm trying to figure it out. And I don't know. I just decided to record this because I saw something on YouTube, which I'm trying to get the fuck away from because I feel like it's just a bunch of fucking noise and distractions. But I take a break and I go to YouTube, and there was some psychology thing, and it says your triggers tell your story, and I was like, yeah, okay, but how do I deal with my fucking story and let it go? And I still, like, I'm not sure. I kind of get the noise trigger. It's definitely a trauma response to living in constant fear of a seizure, and do I need to call 911 or be ready to, you know, oh gosh. It's just, I don't know. But with Mom, I don't know why I get so fucking frustrated with her, and why I react the way I do when I feel like I've addressed a lot of my issues from childhood that I have with her. I mean, I just scratched the surface of what I, you know, spoke about here. There's much more than that, and I recognize it, and I've journaled about it, and yeah, it's so it's been on my mind for a good solid year now. A good solid year of why does she still trigger me like this? Because I think I kind of recorded something last November, and here we are in October. So I'm going with a good solid year. About it, I don't think I ever uploaded it, but I don't know. Do you all have someone that triggers you and you don't know why, or do you know why? Do you have any suggestions? I need suggestions, because again, I don't know what exactly the issue is. It's just, she will simply say a sentence to me, and I bark back at her. It's a bark. It's always a bark. Even if I'm not yelling or being totally asshole-ish, you know, I'm just not talking to her in a, it's just a bark. I can't describe it any other way. It's a bark, or even maybe a low growl. It's, I don't know. I really don't know. It's, And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I would like to fix it. I think surely to God I'm capable of fixing this, to addressing this, and at least getting it to a better place, to where it's not as frequent, and I can have a normal, calm. I'm not saying that I can't have a calm, rational conversation with my mom when I'm prepared to sit down and have a conversation. But she just hits me in such a bad way. Just, like I said, in passing, she'll say something to me. Mom? I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I know her energy drives me a tad nuts. She's chaotic in her energy. She is very, very, very chaotic in her energy. She is always all over the place, and her mind is in a million places, and it's like, gee, where did I get it from? And I do, on some level, take in people's energies. I just want to back off. Let me breathe. But I still, there's got to be a better way. Or I've got to get out of this reacting that way. I don't know. Any suggestions would help. Because I do not like it. I don't. Again, do you all have similar experiences, like even with the noise or certain things? What triggers you? Do you recognize what's triggering you? Because I think you do reach a level, you recognize it, but you don't know how to deal with it. And I'm very much at that level with both of these triggers. Of course, I'm not fully understanding or recognizing why I'm so triggered by my mom, just in passing. I don't know. She has chaotic energy. There's wounds from the past. She's my mom. I don't know, I guess, I mean, everybody's a little triggered by their parents on some degree. Maybe. I don't know if you have issues. But yeah. Yeah, leave comments, your experiences, any advice, what's worked for you, what hasn't worked for you. It'd be much appreciated by me, and I'm sure by other people. So I'm going to cut it there. It's already been almost 20 minutes. I'll check you later.